The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Friday, September 12, 2025, Will Spencer reveals the shocking truth. Liam's terrifying discovery. Elektra suspects trouble. And Luna's dangerous game escalates. The upcoming episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, airing Friday, September 12, 2025, brings the storylines to a boiling point as secrets, betrayal, and sheer panic drive the drama into darker, more dangerous territory. What begins with a horrifying realization from Will Spencer quickly spirals into a crisis that may leave no one untouched. His family, not his girlfriend Elektra Forrester, and definitely not Liam Spencer, who is about to come face to face with something he never expected. As the pieces of this twisted puzzle begin to snap into place, the storm that Luna Nozawa has been brewing finally threatens to detonate. Let's begin with Will Spencer. After stumbling upon Luna Nozawa in the most shocking and volatile of circumstances, Will is not only stunned, is shaken to the core. The girl everyone assumed was gone, presumed dead, or disappeared for good, is not only alive, but she's dangerous, violent, calculating, and more importantly, obsessed. Will hadn't expected to ever see her again, especially not inside a locked apartment where he felt vulnerable and isolated. But there she was, not a ghost, not a memory, but very much real and very much willing to hurt him to keep her secret. The brief but terrifying confrontation rattles him. Luna is unstable, cunning, and desperate. Will could feel it in the way she spoke, the way she moved. It knew she wasn't done yet. But Will is trapped in a cruel bind. He wants to go to the police, to report the attack, to bring her in before she harms someone else, but he can't. Because if he does, Elektra will find out everything. That the woman he slept with, mystery girl from that one fateful night, is not only alive, but her name is Luna Nozawa. The same Luna who once shared history with Elektra. The same Luna who now poses a lethal threat to everything Will's been trying to build. He knows Elektra could never forgive the betrayal, even if it happened before he knew the full truth. The optics would be brutal. And Luna knows it. She's using that secret like a weapon, holding it over Will's head, and he's running out of time to defuse it. Desperate for support but too afraid to expose himself to Elektra or Katie, Will turns to the one person who's been quietly helping him through this madness: his older brother, Liam Spencer. Liam had already assisted Will in tracking down the stolen phone, unaware of the bigger nightmare he was walking into. Now Will shares everything. The encounter, the identity, the attack. Will tells Liam that it was Luna in the apartment. She's alive. She's unhinged. And she assaulted him in a desperate attempt to stay hidden. The look on Liam's face says it all: disbelief, dread, and growing fury. He knows Luna's past. He knows what she's capable of. And he knows what needs to be done. Without hesitation, Liam heads to the apartment himself, determined to find answers. But when he arrives, what he walks into is even more disturbing than what Will described. The apartment is a mess, signs of a struggle, broken glass, overturned furniture. But Luna is gone. Disappeared again, like a shadow slipping through cracks in the light. Liam looks around in disbelief. The reality sets inches on the move. Again. And now she's more dangerous than ever. Every second she's out there puts someone else at risk. Back at Forrester Creations, the fallout from Will's silence is starting to show. Elektra Forrester, smart, observant, and intuitive, begins to pick up on the cracks. Will's behavior is off. He's distracted, evasive, and short-tempered. He's clearly hiding something, and it's not just about work. He flinches when she touches him. He avoids eye contact when she brings up future plans. Elektra starts to wonder if Will is lying about something big. The look in his eyes isn't guilt over a forgotten lunch or a missed text, it's fear. Deep, real fear. And Elektra is no fool. She starts connecting the dots. The mystery woman, the stolen phone, the secrecy. Could it all be tied to Luna? As the tension builds, Katie, Logan Will's mother and longtime moral compass, also steps into the fray. Katie already knew that Will had been shaken by a mysterious romantic encounter weeks ago, but she never got the full truth. Now, with Luna back in the picture and Elektra unknowingly entangled, the stakes have changed. Katie wants to help, but she senses Will is spiraling. The mention of Luna's name is enough to put her on alert. Katie has heard stories, seen the damage Luna left in her wake. A girl like that doesn't return for peace. She returns for revenge. Katie urges Will to come clean. Not just to her but to Elektra. Before it's too late. But Will is stuck in a no-win situation. If he tells Elektra the truth, he loses her. If he stays silent, he risks letting Luna roam free, endangering everyone. If he goes to the police, the scandal will hit headlines in minutes, dragging the Forrester name, the Spencer legacy, and his own personal integrity through the mud. Luna has backed him into a corner, and every option is a trap. Meanwhile, Luna isn't hiding out quietly. She's watching, listening, planning. She knows her time is limited, but she's not done yet. She never came back just to disappear again. There's something she wants, something she needs to finish. And she's willing to burn bridges, destroy relationships, and manipulate anyone in her way to get it. Her attack on Will wasn't just about survival, it was a warning. She's not afraid to get violent. And she's not afraid to go after the people Will loves. Elektra's life is in danger and she doesn't even know it. Luna blames her for the past, for Will, for everything that's gone wrong. And if Will won't tell Elektra the truth, Luna might do it herself. But she won't stop at words. Luna's brand of revenge is twisted and theatrical. If she strikes, it'll be big, public, and irreversible. The clock is ticking. Liam is already mobilizing. Katie is digging for answers. Elektra is starting to ask the right questions. And Luna, she's somewhere out there, one step ahead, leaving chaos in her wake. The Bold and the Beautiful doesn't let up this Friday. Every character is on the edge of revelation. Will Spencer's moment of truth is fast approaching. Liam's protective instincts are flaring. Elektra's world is about to come crashing down. And Luna Nozawa is the fuse that's about to set everything ablaze. The next move is anyone's guess, but whatever happens next, it won't be quiet. It'll be explosive. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Rich and Brooke's record-breaking reunion ignites corporate chaos. Family loyalties are tested. And Taylor watches ready to strike. Rich Forrester and Brooke Logan are no strangers to drama, nor to each other. Their latest walk down the aisle, another addition to their ever-growing tally of marriages, was supposed to be symbolic. A fresh start, a public declaration of eternal love, finally unshaken by the past. But this is The Bold and the Beautiful, where weddings are never just about love affair flashpoints for chaos. And this one, like so many before it, lit a fuse that threatens to destroy more than just romantic illusions. The honeymoon glow didn't even have time to settle before Ridge found himself yanked out of bliss and hurled into crisis. The fallout from the Luna Nozawa Spencer scandal is expanding, rippling across Forrester Creations with devastating force. What started as a mysterious encounter between a Spencer heir and a presumed dead young woman has snowballed into a PR nightmare. Stockholders are restless. Social media is merciless. Competitors are circling. And worst of all, the Forrester brand and Ridge has spent a lifetime building us under siege. The executives expected Ridge to show up as the steady hand at the helm. Instead, they got a man torn in twin married, but already pulled between his wife and his legacy. Brooke, for her part, is caught in a vice of impossible loyalties. On one side, her sister Katie and nephew Will, both of whom are drowning in the aftermath of Luna's return. Will's name is on the edge of scandal. Katie is doing damage control behind the scenes, terrified that the full truth will leak. Luna faking her death, seducing Will under a false identity, and now evading the law. On the other side stands Ridge, demanding unity, expecting Brooke to close ranks around the Forresters and put the company first. But for Brooke, this isn't just about business, it's blood. And then there's Elektra Forrester, young, brilliant, and suddenly, unknowingly, sitting on a time bomb. If she finds out what really happened between Will and Luna, everything will collapse. The romance, the trust, the brand synergy gone. That's the reality Ridge is trying to prevent. Every interview Elektra does, every show she headlines, carries the silent threat of exposure. The public doesn't know yet, but it won't take much for them to connect the dots. That's why Ridge is furious and Brooke is hesitating. He expects her to stand with him, to protect the company above all else. But Brooke isn't ready to turn her back on her sister. And so, the cracks begin to form. Their newly minted marriage, sealed with promises of forever, is already under fire. Private arguments spill into boardroom meetings. Public appearances are strained. Ridge wants to act swiftly, even if it means cutting ties with Will Spencer, forcing a legal wall between the Forresters and the Spencers. Brooke won't allow it. She's torn, but she won't sacrifice family for optics. Not again. Not after everything they've all been through. She pleads with Ridge to wait, to give Katie time to manage the crisis discreetly. But Ridge doesn't believe in time anymore. Time is what allowed Luna to escape. Time is what gave the press room to speculate. Every second Brooke spends wavering feels, to him, like betrayal. In the shadows of this unraveling mess, another player quietly steps back into relevance, Taylor Hayes. She's not involved in Ridge's life directly, not anymore, not since he married Brooke again. But emotionally, strategically, Taylor is still very much in the game. She watches the unraveling from a distance, analyzing every word, every headline, every misstep Ridge and Brooke make. And what she sees is exactly what she expected. Brooke can't choose between Ridge and the Spencers. She's torn, and it's only a matter of time before that tear becomes permanent. Taylor's concern, however, isn't for Ridge. It's for her children. Because when the Forrester brand suffers, so do Thomas and Steffi. And Taylor knows that Ridge, in his anger, might start pushing harder at home. If Brooke won't support him, he may turn to Steffi and Thomas to fall in line, to publicly denounce Will, to take sides in a war that is, on the surface, about business but beneath, about legacy, loyalty, and history. Taylor can see the storm coming. If Ridge pushes Steffi too far, the already fragile peace between her and Hope Logan could snap. If Thomas is asked to take a stand, he'll be forced to choose between his father and his own moral compass, something he's worked hard to rebuild after years of manipulation. Taylor is no longer on the front lines, but her emotional stake remains. Every move Ridge makes affects her children. And if Brooke burns this marriage to protect Katie and Will, Taylor knows there will be fallout, emotional, professional, and personal. She's already quietly preparing. If Ridge needs comfort, advice, or clarity, she'd be ready. Not to win him back, not yet, but to be the voice of reason in a storm Brooke is clearly not equipped to weather. And the storm is just beginning. Luna is still out there. Will is breaking under the pressure. Liam is on the hunt. Elektra is suspicious, and Katie is trying to balance the truth against loyalty. The Forrester board is demanding action. Carter Walton is drafting legal containment strategies while trying to keep the press at bay. Every department is on high alert. The Luna scandal has become radioactive and anyone too close might not survive. Brooke's inability to make a clean choice is costing her. She tries to compartmentalize me in one box, business in another, but the reality is Messier. When Ridge finds out that she's still privately supporting Katie's efforts to protect Will from full exposure, he explodes. He sees it as sabotage, a betrayal of everything they've rebuilt. Brooke begs him to understand, insists he's trying to hold everyone together. But Ridge doesn't want glue, wants conviction. Their marriage, days old, is now a battleground. Not because they stopped loving each other, but because neither can see past their own blood ties. Ridge sees Luna as a threat that must be eliminated. Brooke sees her as a tragedy that must be contained. Ridge sees Will as a liability. Brooke sees him as a boy trying to survive a nightmare. And Taylor. She sees opportunity. The Luna Will scandal is more than a media crisis. It's a fault line cracking the foundations of the most powerful families in Los Angeles. If Brooke and Rich can't align, they won't last. If Elektra finds out the truth, Will's life implodes. If Taylor senses the right moment, she could pull Ridge back into her orbit not through manipulation, but by simply being the only person not asking him to compromise. And through it all, the question lingers, what will happen when Luna resurfaces again? What move will she make next? How far will she go to protect her secrets or destroy those who wronged her? Because make no Mystica, Luna is not done. She's hiding, yes, but hiding with purpose. She knows the power she holds, and if anyone underestimates her, they'll regret it. The bold and the beautiful isn't flowing down. It's doubling down. Rich and Brooke may have said I do, but the real question is, how long until one of them says I'm done?